Equity Research at InCred Capital joins us on the show. Hi, Pramod. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining in. Well, it's a stock-specific market, so let's talk about that itself. What's the top idea you'll have as of now from the broader markets?
Basically, in terms of we are positive on the broader Nifty outlook, and the top picks for us are in the large cap. We have HDFC Bank, followed by Maruti and Reliance and Ultratech. And in the mid-cap space, we prefer Bharat Forge, BEL, KEI, and Globus. And in terms of investment themes, we continue to remain positive on infra and the home building as a sectors to be on the overweight sectors.
Interesting. You've given us already a bunch of stocks. So thanks a lot for that. But Pramod, I wanted to start with Bharat Forge. You said you like that stock. It's had a really strong run, right? I mean, it's up 30% in the past 6 months, but the orders are flowing in thick and fast, especially into the defense vertical. You think there's a big upside even from these levels?
I think the industrial division is working positively, where basically the order book which was there is also turning into the last quarter, if you look at turning into the sales momentum, which gives a confidence because there has been a long pause before the order book got converted into a sales traction. So once the sales traction is coming in, along with the order book, which has been announced in last 1 month on the defense side, both for exports and for the domestic level, I think the confidence of the order book conversion into sales momentum is increasing, and hence the concerns on autos are overcome by the industrial division outperformance.
I got that. Pramod, so you said you like building materials as a theme, right? You still...
Housing and building material, both as the combination.
Okay. And what are your top ideas there, Pramod?
So we are looking top down. If you look at starting from cement, as I said, is Ultratech. Then we recently, in the high conviction, we moved up KEI industry. However, I think the run up in Kajaria, we have tried to move it out of the basket. So KEI is where we have recently introduced in our high conviction idea.
Okay. Ultratech, KEI, anything,
so we
anything
have
else?
We have a bunch of around in terms of the housing and infra, both as the theme. We also had Polycab, which I think has run up substantial. Again, we have moved it out for the... So the run up in the mid caps are much sharper to catch up with the analyst estimates. So these are the two I would say is where our comfort is standing on the housing front.
KEI has also done phenomenally well, right, Pramod? Valuation.
I think relative to the other peers in the segment, we feel the valuation and the execution possibility is risk reward is still favorable in KEI.
What about housing finance companies? I mean, because again, tied into this, home and building material, not building material, home housing theme, really. Do you have anything there?
So the way we are trying to play there is we like, as I indicated, in the large cap HDFC Bank, which is now seems to have absorbed the HDFC, and the concerns are well played out. And from here onwards with the branch expansion, we continue to like that in the large cap. We also added Sera now, which is again a positive beneficiary of the housing theme, which is coming through. And along with that, we have add-on Voltas, which is the again home furnishing in that sense. So those are a couple of 5 stocks which we like in the housing related sector. In terms of housing finance, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So in housing finance, we always had the Spandana as a high conviction idea in this space. We continue to like the name and the home first.
Pramod, tell us a little bit more about Voltas. That's been the big underperformer. Margins have been under pressure. They're losing market share as well. And the stock has come off considerably. The smaller names have actually been eating into the market share, it seems. You believe most of the bad news is in the price because valuation-wise, it's still not cheap.
So I think the first quarter was again a disappointment for the consumer durable space. If you look at, there seems to be some slowdown in demand. As you rightly said, the rundown in the stock seems we feel is captured. It started with the seasons being weaker and now getting the normalization. So we are looking for the second half runaway from the inventory being corrected, and the worst of the seasonal impact of the for the ACs are behind. And we look forward for a proxy play there on the home furnishing.
Okay. One more segment that you are bullish on is the mid-cap IT space. Within that, you have an ad rating on Coforge. You even like Birlasoft. And these are stocks that have run up quite a bit, right? I mean, Birlasoft in the last 1 month is up 15%. Coforge is up 20% or so. Do you think it's the return of the mid-cap IT space now?
I think the relative outperformance has been clearly seen, right? In the large caps, we have seen the guidance and also in terms of the earnings cut coming through. So I think the momentum in overall mid-cap space and relatively better segment-wise performance for these two companies has been able to help them outperform per se. Like having said that, we have recently downgraded Persistent from that space, considering the risk-reward not being favorable. So we have been choosing that. Sorry.
Okay, thanks a lot for joining in, Pramod. Appreciate your time here on CNBC-TV18. Well, that's a whole host of stocks that Pramod Amthe of InCred has discussed, especially in the mid and small cap space. But let's talk about